Time. Time. What if we could freeze it, me and you? What if, through the understanding of the seeds of a tropical fruit, we could capture a moment in time in a beverage? What if we could freeze the moments in which coffee inspires us? My name is Kauffman. It's a privilege to be here and an honor to serve you all today. I fell in love with coffee for its ability to capture a feeling, a time and a place. Sharing exceptional coffee requires a mastery of the art of understanding time, when it starts and stops and why. From the harvest to the fermentation and processing, to the roasting, to the extraction of the final shot. Coffee is one of the most chemically complex things that we can consume, and it's constantly changing expression. This coffee may taste differently than it did a minute ago, an hour ago, a day ago. In fact, coffee as we know it may taste completely different than it does now in decades to come due to our planet's rising temperatures. So let's capture this moment in time together. Stop and smell the terroir. Now, judges, please take a moment to notice the music that you hear in the background. This was made in collaboration with the processor of the coffee you're going to experience today, composed of sounds from around the farm, paired with music composed just for this moment. Now, these shots are for your signature beverage, and I'm going to place them over here so they have a chance to cool. Now, the coffee that I'll be sharing with you today is unlike anything I had ever tasted before. A somewhat newly discovered varietal, known for bright red fruit flavors, a creamy body, and a unique herbaceous finish. This incredible coffee is an anaerobic natural sidra, produced by Frank Rivas Torres at Finca La Indonesia in the Nariño region of Colombia, sitting at 1,750 meters. Now, the sidra is a hybrid, combining the bright acidity and florality of the typica with the red fruit sweetness and full body of the red bourbon. As a hybrid, it truly represents a moment in time, a nod to the past, a glimpse of the future. Now, after much experimentation, Frank chose to process these coffees naturally in an anaerobic environment inside of plastic tanks for 100 hours. The anaerobic process creates more vibrant acidity, more distinct fruit flavors, and creates lactic bacteria as a byproduct, resulting in a creamy, silky tactile. Now, judges, today in your espresso, you'll experience flavor notes of cocoa nib, blackberry, and red grape. Please evaluate the crema and wait for me for further tasting instructions. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'll be stirring your espresso with a frozen spoon to highlight the body and the sweetness. Now, many of the flavor notes that you'll experience today can be attributed to the roasting style. This coffee was roasted on an air roaster, giving a more consistent roast and allowing for the delicate tropical fruit notes to come through. This also makes it extremely dynamic and it's off-gassing. So I tasted this coffee every day, and I found that its peak flavor experience was at 10 days off roast. So I froze the roasted coffee on that 10th day to share with you in that experience. Judges, please enjoy your espresso in 3 sips. Now, judges, for your milk course, I took what I learned about time and freeze preservation and fermentation and applied it to milk to create the perfect pairing for our Citra espresso. Today, in your milk beverage, you'll experience flavor notes of milk chocolate, yellow cake batter, and vanilla. When I serve you your drink, please use the spoon on your right to stir 5 times in a circular motion. Then discard your spoon in the cup to your left. Now, the milk that I chose to use today is a blend of 2 milks. The first is a 50% fractionally frozen milk. This process of freeze distillation allows me to control and amplify the fats and sugars, resulting in a more rich, creamy texture. Now, in my experimentation, I found an increasing lactic acidity in the milk as it aged. And this amplified the tropical fruit note and brought out some confectionery tones. Thank you. So the second milk has been aged for 4 days to increase that natural lactic acidity. Now I've combined these 2 milks in a ratio of 1:1. And this gives harmonious balance in our milk beverage today. And again, creates those flavor notes of milk chocolate, vanilla, and yellow cake batter. Judges, please enjoy your milk beverage. Now, judges, for your signature beverage today, I wanted to enhance and transform the inherent qualities of the Cidra, the bright red fruit notes, the creamy body, and the subtle herbaceous sweetness. So I've started by chilling my Cidra espresso to highlight the tart red fruit notes. Next, I'm adding 25 grams of freshly squeezed blood orange juice. This highlights the espresso's inherent malic and citric acidities and brings forward a subtle herbaceous or subtle florality, bringing the new flavor note of grapefruit. Next, I'll be adding 25 grams of an herbal honey syrup. This was made using 2 ingredients. The first is a very unique ingredient. This is a Hua Shan Shun pu'er tea, grown in the Yunnan region of China, at the same elevation as our Cidra. And I selected this due to its delicate herbaceous flavors. And I brewed this tea in a 1:10 ratio in a sous vide at 120 degrees for 3 hours. This slow extraction softens the tannins and brings forward those subtle herbaceous notes. Now I combine that in a 1:2 ratio with honey and combine to enhance the coating sweetness, and together these create the new flavor notes in our drink of fresh strawberry. Next, I'll be adding 5 grams of egg white. This represents the anaerobic fermentation and recreates the creamy body in our espresso that can get lost as it's chilled. Now I'll be spritzing each of your glasses with a hibiscus water, made by steeping dried hibiscus leaves in room temperature water in a 1:10 ratio for 30 minutes. This floral aromatic creates the new flavor note of Concord grape. Now to bring all the ingredients together in synergy and expertly balance the sharpness of acidity in our drink, I'm giving it a nitro flush. Again, judges, in your signature beverage today, you'll experience flavor notes of Concord grape, ripe strawberry, and grapefruit. It'll have a velvety texture. And my only drinking instruction is that you enjoy in 3 sips, swirling between each sip. Now, judges, please wait until I call time to enjoy your beverage. Coffee is more than just a beverage, it's a moment frozen in time. It represents the hard work of so many people, the roaster, the barista, the producer, and represents a moment that is fleeting. It will never happen again. It's our job to be fully present in these moments, to save them, savor them, freeze them, while we still can. Stop and smell the terroir. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. That is my time.
Great, Kauffman, Cafe Vita, Seattle, Washington. Yay! Yes. There we go. Take it in for sure. How are you feeling, Gray? It's nice to be at this point of the presentation, right? Excellent. Well, very well done, very well articulated, and really just very intentional as well, too. Anyone that you want to thank throughout your journey and into this moment and beyond, and that's here, that's at home, what have you?
Yeah, I mean, I have to thank my partner, Kate, who made the music for my presentation today, helped me and spent so many late nights at the lab with me. My mom flew in from Colorado to be here. My coach, Sam, Frank, and Elena, and the team at Native Seeds. The list could go on. I'm really grateful to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have such a supportive network and folks showing up for you to be here for you this weekend too. Really well done. One more round of applause, please. Greg Kauffman, Cafe Vita, Seattle, Washington.